should be a bit of a heater here. As you mentioned before, Consus has not lost a match yet. He's only, within the matches, he's only lost 3 games, if I'm remembering correctly. Those were all no move. But overall, has not lost a match. Kratsooo is going to want to take it here.
Yeah, you mentioned the only games Consus has lost have been no move. It's true. He has not lost a moving game yet. He's 10-0 in moving, which is amazing. And Kratsooo is a player who I think he considers himself a very strong moving player. And he hasn't done so great in moving so far. And he also hasn't done so great in no move, which is why he's so low in the standings. He's actually won 5 out of 6 NMPZ games, but his issue has been getting to the NMPZ. Because if you lose 2-0, you don't play NMPZ at all. So Kratsooo, I think it's going to be difficult for him to win either of these first 2 games, but, he's going to have to do that.
Yeah, it is really surprising to see. He's only won 4 of his 10 moving games so far, even though he is such a good moving player. So maybe this is a chance for him to make that comeback, get the moving game he knows he needs. We will see. The players are off.
We're starting in Urban Brazil here. Again, we've seen a lot of Urban Brazil rounds so far in this league, but what the players are going to be doing is looking for phone codes. Those are the best clue, the best regional clue in Urban Brazil rounds.
See if they can find them. There's not much.
Also has a phone number, but none of them have area codes on them. So this may just come down to a vibe guess from both players here. We will see.
Nobody has opened the map yet. 3 seconds. Get the guesses in. They're both going pretty far south. Consus farther south than Kratsooo, though. Oh, Kratsooo. Really good guess.
Really nice guess from Kratsooo. I feel like in 1 minute moving rounds in Urban Brazil, most of the time players will get to area codes, but that round was an exception. But really, really nice guess from Kratsooo. He saw sort of the flat landscape, reddish soil, and just made an excellent guess.
Here we move on to round 2. Quick Norway with great signs there. Both players have that same sign. Road number is going to be really important.
Yeah, I think the road number was 15. There's a sign for Otta, which is in the center of Norway, just east of where their pins are. Looks like both of them are just trying to narrow this down, but with 1.5x multipliers, I wouldn't expect this round to make too much of a difference either way.
You think we get the double 5K?
Ooh.
What's your prediction?
We could. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say one person's going to 5K it.
1 5K. Okay. Bold prediction. We'll see. Neither seem to have anything too confident here yet. Kratsooo.
No.
Oh, Kratsoo's got a bridge that he likes.
I'm not sure it's the right one, though. Maybe I was a little too optimistic.
Maybe the pressure's got to them. They couldn't find what they need. Nah, they do not. But Kratsooo closer. Great guess. He actually moved off of Foss Bergam, I think is what that says. Actually, both players did, if I'm remembering that correctly. So both would have been a little closer, but then moved away.
Yep, looks like players were scanning west of that town, but I guess maybe not so much east of it. Carnarvon's a big city in Western Australia. It looks like they both know it, which makes sense. I think, yeah, good moving players are going to know reasonably large towns, especially in big countries like this. See if we can get a 5K, and he can, maybe? Yes, he can.
Nice little 5K from Kratsooo. We love to see it.
Styling on him a little bit. He's still flawless through 3 rounds.
This is what we were saying he needed. He needs a moving win here. He hasn't been getting them, even though it's expected he would. So a bit of an upset so far. But maybe he gets it here. We'll see. We're going around 4. We're in Brazil.
We had a 98 area code, which is the northern half of the state of Maranhão, which both players have. Consus looked like he had a road number. I didn't quite see what it was. But he's also got some distances. Both players do.
Both players on the same sign. Some town names with distances going to be helpful for lining something up. Probably not a 5K, but this could be big.
Consus still looks unsure, although I think they're in very similar places right now.
Yeah, now they're right there near each other. So shouldn't see too much there. Both right there. Wow.
Yep.
12. Little 12.
I mean, Kratsooo really locked in right now. I mean, he found that about 12 seconds faster than Consus did, so he's really... His moving instincts right now are sharp, and he's finding what he needs to find, and it's showing so far in the score.
Round 5 now. Quick Bangkok lock from Kratsooo. Consus trying to use the opportunity to find some more information, but doesn't seem like he can.
I think Kratsooo can read Thai, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Consus can, but... Okay, so it ends up being Consus in the right province. I wonder if he was able to read it.
Don't know. But he does make a little bit of a comeback there, at least in terms of ending the flawless from Kratsooo. Good for the mental, as I love to say.
Sure is. We've got an Ireland here by the looks of it. These yellow outer lines driving left, Europe, all points to Ireland. Consus has a road number. The R roads are organized in a reasonable way, so the 100s are in the area that Consus is scanning right now. He sees King's Court. I'm surprised he hasn't actually sent. Maybe he hasn't... Maybe he didn't see the town name, but... I would expect Consus to send. King's Court is a bit southwest of him.
Yeah, I wonder if he maybe... Oh yeah, it's right there. I wonder if he doesn't see it, or...
He probably doesn't see it.
Oh wow. Kratsoo's now kind of looking up in sort of the right area. Nope, he zoomed out and he's going south. Oh, he found it.
So I don't think ever saw the road number that Consus saw.
Oh, this could be some pretty big points. 3.5 times damage. Nope, Kratsooo does move it farther up. It should even out a little bit, but Consus might be right on it. He is! Consus, 600 meters away, the 4998. What a guess. It doesn't give him the lead back, but it really evens things out.
Yeah, really nicely done from Consus, finding that information. Took him a while to find the spot, but he figured it out eventually, and Kratsooo didn't quite see what Consus saw. He maintains the lead, but it's a slim lead going into round 7.
What a close game, Jake. Really round 7.
Yeah, it really is so far. Again, both phenomenal moving players, and I think Kratsooo having won, what is it, 4 out of 10 moving games so far, really is not indicative of his skill. He's better than that, and I think we all know he's better than that, and we'll see if he can, in the coming matches, bring it back a little bit.
Hopefully we still have many more weeks.
Has not lost. He has not lost a moving game yet, which is extraordinary.
Yeah. Quite amazing.
I don't
player
think
open the
either
map
player
yet here around
has
7.
much.
Yeah.
There's been a couple signs, but none of them have had good info on them. So it makes sense both players just kind of going for Central Uruguay. Consus moved up a little bit. And it works.
Works without too much information. Just kind of make some region guesses. Consus ends up being closer and deals a lot of damage there to Kratsooo. This is now Consus's game.
Yeah, Consus probably a little fortunate so far with the round order, losing some of the early rounds and winning the later ones with the multipliers. Oh my goodness. I think Kratsooo must have seen a town name on that sign. Consus. Oh
no.
Gosh, this is very, very different. What did he see?
Massively different. Was Kratsooo just trying to put on pressure? Did he know? He did know!
He knew.
With 4.5
And that's going to win him the
times
game.
damage. That's it! That's it! He wins it!
That is huge for the mental for Kratsooo. His
That
first...
is, yeah, wow.
Consus' first loss in moving, that is major. And Kratsooo, again, we saw his NMPZ record. He's won 5 out of 6 matches or games in NMPZ. But the tough part has been getting to the NMPZ for him. But now he guarantees that either he'll win 2-0 or there will be an NMPZ. Also,
Consus only made it to 3 NMPZs and has won them all. So both these players are really good NMPZ stats here. So if we get there, it should be a close one. But yeah, if anyone was going to be Consus and moving, it was going to be someone like Kratsooo. So impressive. Take us on a no move.
Looks like a Thailand round here. Both players know that. Very, very red soil. Normally, red soil indicates that you're further east in the country. Consus's pin is a little further. Yep, and it works out for him.
Couple little points there for our round 1. 385 down to Kratsooo.
Kratsooo with a little bit more of a hedge there. Figures it's round 1, no need to take any risks, just kind of click more towards the middle. Here we have a turkey. Kratsooo instantly clicking pretty far to the southeast. I'm not sure what it is that makes him think that. I don't know if it's the vegetation or just the general landscape. But Consus has a very different idea.
Yeah, it's an interesting turkey. It doesn't really give the vibe of most of the country, so if the players do know the particular area here, it could be helpful.
Yeah, Kratsooo has moved back to Konya after his initial plonk. So I think both players now in very similar areas. Again, we saw in the stats, both of these players have very long average guess times. They both, in any mode, they just like to take their time, really think through the round, not rush it, which is what we're seeing here.
And Consus ends up just being a little closer there. Just some more chip damage down to Kratsooo. We're just racking up the multis. Nothing too crazy yet.
Nothing too crazy. Ooh, this looks like suburban US, which is always a tricky one. It can be very difficult to tell some of the states apart.
Just
the
to pull up
architecture
some...
can look very similar.
Very true. And just to pull up some more stats, both of these players' average guess times are the longest on no move. So it really seems like they both need to take their time on no move. Maybe it's their least comfortable. Or they just want to take everything in possible from what they can get in their 360 panorama.
Yeah, that's a cool point, actually, that their average guess times are longer in no move than in moving, because that's most of the time not what you're going to get for most players, so that is sort of cool that they really are taking their time, especially in this mode.
Yeah.
They're on either side of the Appalachians, although they're still fairly close to each other.
Consus, just a little closer again. But that's pretty big damage. Kratsooo on 3,600 health here. Consus on full.
We see that consistency in the no move from Consus. He's close every time. He really does not give you much to work with. Kratsooo, I think, feeling very grateful he was able to win that moving game, just given how strong Consus is in no move.
Kratsooo does actually only have a 20% win rate on no move, so definitely not the mode he wants, but hopefully he can just take it to NMPZ and win it there. If Consus continues this consistency that's so hard to beat in no move, we'll see. Kratsooo ends up getting in a guess first here on Consus, putting on a little bit of pressure, but Consus staying composed, taking a look at whatever he can. Will he line up a road? He does move farther north. We'll see. Kratsooo finally deals some damage.
Really nice guess from Kratsooo there. Argentina can be one of the toughest countries. That southern half of the country can look so similar north to south. So I see really impressive guesses from both. And nice job from Consus moving his pin a little more north. Mongolia, though. Oh my gosh.
Will they know the town? Yeah, it's possible. Consus just maybe going outside Ulaanbaatar here, the capital.
There's a lot of car meta in Mongolia, knowing specifics about the Google car. I don't know how much there is here. It's not something I've really extensively studied, but this round could have massive implications. It's a very, very big country, and very, very difficult to region guess if you don't know the car meta.
Consus now kind of looking at these towns north of the capital. Kratsooo just a little bit west of the capital, so we'll see. Oh, but he does move it actually pretty far.
Switched a bit.
If one of them's pretty accurate here, this could be big points. 3 times damage, round 5 with 5 seconds left on the clock. Massive difference, massive country, could be big points.
It sure could. We will see. And Consus.
Consus closer, not right on it, but a very good guess nonetheless. Kratsoo's on 1,000 health now.
Yeah, again, it's so hard to beat Consus. He's so consistent. What have we got here? This looks tricky. I agree with the Peru zoom. That was my first thought here. But But it's definitely an odd-looking round.
It is odd. I wonder if we're just high up in the mountains. We have a Colombia and a Peru right now from our two players. Different countries. This could easily be the game. Especially round 6, 3.5 times damage. No, Kratsooo moves it to Peru.
To Peru. Because that architecture down there, that sort of almost mud brick thatch roof looking house down there, to me looks a lot more Peruvian. I think Kratsooo, as soon as he saw the house, he thought, yep, I think this is more likely to be Peru. But this could still end the game. I mean, if Consus is closer, Kratsooo is on the ropes already.
Still a big country. But they are actually pretty close to each other now if you look at the maps here, so... Actually, maybe it won't be too much.
A bit more north, I think.
Ooh, wow.
Okay.
Works out for Kratsooo. 1,700 damage down. Consus still holding a lead. But staying in it. Kratsooo staying in it.
It would have been enough, though, had it been north rather than south.
Yeah, if it was the other way around. To go on round 7, though. 4 times damage.
It's like urban Mexico, I think. Definitely tricky. This is just like an industrial area, and there's not much to be seen around here. This could be really tough.
Yeah, you can't see really anything about the landscape. A little hill over there to the north, but would be much more helpful if you could see more houses. More hills.
Kratsooo's going Tijuana, and he locks it.
The Tijuana lock is big. Oh, he doesn't look happy with the guess. You see it on the camera?
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't look happy.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Consus out in Guadalajara. That's a huge difference. It's down in Oaxaca by the looks of it. Both look a little confused. Consus drops the GG. He wins on that. We go to NMPZ.
Yep. Crazy rounds. I mean, those urban rounds where you can't see much of your surroundings can be so difficult. Oaxaca there is kind of crazy. Kratsooo still looks really frustrated with himself. I don't know if he just realized it wasn't Tijuana or if he actually knew something even more specific about it, but we'll see if he can compose himself and do what he's done so far in this tournament in the NMPZ. But again, both players, Consus 3 for 3 in NMPZ, Kratsooo 5 for 6. So this is a toss-up, honestly.
Really could go either way. We'll see a very hard round 1 on NMPZ. Again, NMPZ is no moving, panning, or zooming. That's one still singular image. That's all the players get. This is what we get in our tiebreakers.
Kratsooo is in the Bay of Bengal. He's switched a bit more east. Consus in the Philippines. The soil is, I'd say, unusually red for the Philippines. Not that it can't be there. I trust him more than I trust myself, but
I do
most
like
of the
that
time,
call, though.
red soil will show up more in Thailand, Indonesia, but we'll see. Kratsooo is in Thailand, but he looks very unsure with himself.
Very difficult round. It is the Philippines. What a guess from Consus. That's 3,000 damage on round 1.
Honestly, I'd love to know what gave away Philippines for Consus there, because he looked pretty confident for pretty much the whole round on the country. And personally, I probably wouldn't have gone Philippines there, so that's an excellent guess.
Yeah, agreed. Your point about that red soil not being super common in the Philippines is very accurate, and definitely why Kratsooo opted for something more like Thailand. But it does take us to round 2. Kratsooo quick in Mexico. Consus zoomed there as well, but no pin down yet.
I don't mind the Mexico guess. It makes sense with this rock wall. You see a lot of these in sort of central Mexico. The vegetation is odd, but yeah, I do like the Mexico guess from both players here.
I like it as well. They're both sort of similar, just kind of central, click near the name of the country on the map. But Kratsooo farther south. Shouldn't be too many points, but we'll see. We'll see. Anything is possible. No, both pretty close to each other at the end of the time. It is farther north. Consus a little closer. 1.5 times damage. Big hit again. Kratsoo's already on his last leg here.
Yep, but in NMPZ especially, it's so random. You never know quite what's going to happen. Kratsooo absolutely still has a chance here.
He's definitely in it. We move on to round 3. Turkey. Kratsooo, quick lock. But Consus already zoomed in quickly as well. They're both confident on the Turkey. They both think pretty far north, so we'll see where Consus gets the guess in. He's a little farther west than Kratsooo. The time's running out for him. He's got a pin in. Kratsooo is closer. Breaks the Consus flawless. We love to see it.
Definitely good for the mental there. See if we can claw it back. With the multipliers getting higher.
Yeah, you're racking up the multis.
You never know. Oh my gosh. Okay, Southern Argentina again. Mentioned how difficult this area can be. There's so little to go off of here, just a few shrubs. I mean, sometimes the level of the shrubbery can give you a sense of how far north versus south you are, but very good chance that this ends the game.
Yeah, very possible. Neither player seems too confident yet. Nobody's placed a pin. Just kind of zooming around. Trying to look at whatever they can, but again, not much to go off at all.
Consus a good deal further south currently. Kratsooo thinking about switching there. This could be major.
Yeah,
Consus staying in Rio Negro.
Oh. He's right on that border. Kratsoo's on the north border of Chubut. This is a pretty big difference, and it is South. Consus, with that guess, with that multi, will take the NMPZ game and the overall matchup. That's GG.
Yeah, you can see Kratsooo frustrated with himself. I don't know if he let if he let